By the way, just a reminder right here, Aaron, now the first hurricane of this year's Atlantic hurricane season. The Hurricane Center said the storm strengthened into a Cat 1 this morning. They're warning people right now in the Caribbean islands, keep an eye on all of this, and they're warning of potentially heavy rainfall and life-threatening surf conditions.
Well, I'm glad that is, hopefully not making its way up here.
Perhaps you had plans to go to Bermuda.
Yes.
It's a good time
Good
not
thing
to
I
visit,
canceled that yesterday.
So right now it looks like the center of the storm could go between the east coast of the U.S. and Bermuda. So kind of grazing as well the northern Leeward Islands. So no direct impacts or landfalls as we see it now on this storm that's going to continue to strengthen and do so fairly rapidly. Currently a Category 1. Winds are up to 75 miles an hour and the pressure is dropping now down to 993 millibars. So it is 365 miles away from the northernmost Leeward Islands. And you can see here those deeper shades of red correlate to very warm sea surface temperatures. We're talking about mid-80s. So while it's strengthened already, it's going to strengthen even more as it makes its way here toward the west-northwest before curving more northward. So even, say, by tomorrow night becoming a Category 3, then by Sunday afternoon, shortly thereafter, up to a Category 4 storm. It turns to the north and away from the Bahamas and eventually, again, passing to the west of Bermuda. There's Bermuda. And, of course, the east coast. Here we are in Connecticut. So we'll continue taking a turn to the north and then turning to the northeast. So a pretty good path, all things considered. And with regard to impacts here in southern New England, for Atlantic-facing coastline, we can see some larger swells, rough seas, and a rip current concern as that center circulation passes well offshore, churning up the water here. Again, Long Island blocks our shoreline, but perhaps if you're heading to beaches in Rhode Island or perhaps heading to the Cape, be mindful of the rip current concern and those larger swells. Meanwhile, in Connecticut, we're looking great, at least right now, 84 degrees looking live from Waterbury. A lot of blue sky coming in from New London, 77. And dew point values that were rather oppressive here locally yesterday have been suppressed to our southwest. They briefly returned by Sunday, and then a stretch of almost fall-like weather is on tap through most of next week. So region-wide, not a whole lot happening. That's compliments, of course, of high pressure in control. Lots of clear sky across all of New England and the northeast. Temperatures tonight go down into the 60 to 65 degree range inland, and from 63 in New London to close to 70 for an overnight low in Bridgeport. Tomorrow, low and mid-80s inland, upper 70s, low 80s along the shoreline. So very comfortable, close to average, within a couple degrees from what's considered normal for this time of year. Tomorrow we'll see a blend of sun and clouds. Then for Sunday, a front off to the northwest will start to approach. In advance of it, that's when temperatures could reach or exceed 90, especially inland. It's also when dew point values climb back to oppressive levels. So providing some fuel for a thunderstorm or two or some isolated showers later in the day Sunday. Should be hit and miss in nature. Not every community will get one. So not too impactful for outdoor plans. Again, Sunday, about 5 degrees warmer compared to tomorrow, but it will feel a tad hotter with that uptick in humidity. And look at next week. Behind that front that moves through Sunday night, upper 70s near 80 on Monday, upper 70s on Tuesday, overnight lows in the 50s. So perhaps good weather to open the windows for not only just one day, but perhaps several days, especially good for sleeping with those windows open. A little disturbance tries to pass through the region on Wednesday, could generate some isolated showers. We could use some rain. The chance looks pretty slim as we see it now. And once we get past Wednesday, Thursday into Friday, trending brighter and also warmer with highs back in the mid-80s. It is the end of next week that we could get those Atlantic-facing coastline impacts from what will be Hurricane Aaron passing by as a major storm offshore.
All right. Mark, thank you.